What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the most controversial and talked about motorcycles in America right now, the Harley-Davidson Sportster S. Now, when most people hear the name Harley-Davidson, they think of big chrome cruisers, loud V-twin engines, and old-school biker culture. But the Sportster S completely changes that image. This bike looks futuristic, aggressive, and honestly, nothing like a traditional Harley. But here's the real question. Is the Sportster S actually a good motorcycle, or is it just Harley trying too hard to attract younger riders? Today, we're breaking everything down in detail. Design, performance, comfort, technology, real-world riding, and whether this bike is actually worth buying in 2026. So, let's get started. The first thing you notice about the Sportster S is the design. This bike looks absolutely wild. Harley clearly wanted attention with this machine, and trust me, it gets it everywhere. The massive tires, low stance, muscular fuel tank, and high-mounted exhaust make it look aggressive even when it's parked. It almost feels like a mix between a muscle bike, a cruiser, and a futuristic street fighter. The front end is dominated by a round LED headlight, but Harley gave it a modern touch so it still feels premium and high-tech. The fat front tire instantly stands out because most bikes don't use a tire this wide in the front. Some people love the look, while others think it's too much. But one thing is certain, this bike has road presence. When you ride it through the city, people stare at it constantly. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where things get serious. The Sportster S uses the Revolution Max 1250T engine, a liquid-cooled V-twin producing around 121 horsepower. And let me tell you, this bike is fast. Very fast. This is not the slow, relaxed Harley many people expect. The moment you twist the throttle, the bike launches forward aggressively. The acceleration feels brutal, especially in sport mode. The torque hits hard, and the engine keeps pulling all the way through the rev range. Honestly, if you've only ridden traditional cruisers before, the Sportster S will shock you. One of the best things about this engine is how smooth it feels. Harley managed to keep the character of a V-twin while also making it modern and refined. On highways, the bike cruises effortlessly at American highway speeds. Overtaking cars feels easy, and there's always power available instantly. But this power comes with a different personality compared to older Harleys. Traditional Harley engines feel relaxed and heavy. The Sportster S feels energetic and aggressive. Some hardcore Harley fans actually dislike this because they say it doesn't feel like a real Harley. But younger riders and performance lovers usually enjoy this modern approach. Now, let's talk about the riding experience. Surprisingly, the Sportster S handles much better than most people expect because the chassis is stiff and the center of gravity is low. The bike feels stable in corners. It's not a lightweight sport bike, but for a power cruiser, the handling is impressive. The wide handlebars give you good control, and the suspension setup feels sporty compared to traditional cruisers. However, there's one issue many riders complain about: rear suspension comfort. On rough roads, you can definitely feel bumps more than expected. This bike looks premium, but sometimes the ride quality feels a little harsh. Another thing to mention is the riding position. The forward foot controls give the bike a sporty cruiser feel, but taller riders may feel cramped after long rides. Around the city, it's fun and exciting, but during longer touring rides, comfort can become an issue. Speaking of comfort, let's discuss highway riding. The engine has more than enough power for long-distance travel, but wind protection is almost non-existent. At high speeds, the wind hits your chest hard because there's no real touring windshield. Again, Harley designed this bike more for style and performance rather than long-distance luxury touring. Now let's move to technology, because this is one area where Harley really stepped up. The Sportster S comes loaded with modern features. You get a fully digital TFT display with smartphone connectivity, navigation support, multiple riding modes, traction control, ABS, wheelie control, cruise control, and even cornering safety systems. This is a huge change from older Harleys that felt technologically outdated. Everything feels modern here. The display is bright and premium looking, and switching between ride modes changes the bike's personality noticeably. Rain mode feels smooth and controlled, while sport mode unleashes the full aggressive character of the engine. Now, let's talk about sound, because sound matters a lot on a Harley-Davidson. The Sportster S doesn't sound like old-school Harleys, but it still has a deep, muscular V-twin tone. It's quieter and more refined due to modern regulations, but it still sounds powerful enough to turn heads. Many owners actually upgrade the exhaust to make it louder and more aggressive. Fuel economy is decent considering the performance. You can expect somewhere around 45 to 50 miles per gallon depending on riding style. But there's one issue. The fuel tank is relatively small. This means you may need to stop for fuel more often during long rides compared to traditional touring motorcycles. Now, ownership experience. Harley-Davidson has a massive presence in the USA, which means finding service centers, parts, and accessories is easy. And customization is huge with this bike. Many riders modify the exhaust, seat, handlebars, mirrors, and lighting to make the bike feel even more personal. That's one thing Harley owners absolutely love, making the bike unique. But of course, no motorcycle is perfect, so let's quickly talk about the downsides. First, the price. The Sportster S is expensive compared to many other motorcycles offering similar performance. Second, rear suspension comfort could definitely be better. Third, the fuel tank range is limited. And finally, some traditional Harley fans may not connect with its modern character. But despite all that, the Sportster S delivers something unique. It combines classic American muscle bike attitude with modern performance and technology. It feels bold, aggressive, and exciting every single time you ride it. Now the big question: should you buy it? If you want a motorcycle with crazy road presence, strong acceleration, modern technology, and a powerful American personality, then yes, the Sportster S is an amazing choice. It's perfect for riders who want attention, performance, and something different from typical sport bikes. But if your priority is maximum touring comfort, lightweight handling, or old-school Harley character, you may want to look at other options instead. At the end of the day, the Harley-Davidson Sportster S is not just trying to continue the Harley legacy. It's trying to redefine it for a new generation of riders. And honestly, whether people love it or hate it, one thing is certain: nobody ignores it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. Would you buy the Sportster S or stick with the traditional